Hello and welcome back to Satisfactory Outposts in the Desert. We're going to finish setting up our expanded power grid. Basically all that's left is to hook up the pumps to the grid to power them. This one only has a head lift. You see the head lift will increase as the, the water flows through it until it finally stabilizes. 7.9, less than 20, we're fine. And this pump over here should be okay, a little bit more than 7.9. Still less than 20. You'll see the flow rate says nearly 300. That's just because the pumps or the pipes have been full of water. The pipes hold water. Once all of the the water that was just lying dormant in the pipes has been pumped through, then the flow rate should be around 240, which is the combination of both of the or sorry 180 rather, 120 plus 60 from the center water extractor. So the pipes are coming up, and they're supplying all 8 of these. The first 8, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 right here. So I have the pipe joining after the 4th one, so that the pipes can handle the volume of water coming through. You can see that the reservoir in the coal generator is already full. This is the tank. It's already full of water. It's blue. And then we'll check out power grid. I've already hooked up the FAR 8 exactly the same way. The water comes up here, and it's entering basically from either side of the line of 8 coal generators, so that the pipes can handle the volume. Then you just supply them with coal from the belt above. And if we check our power grid, we're up to 23, 25. Pretty good. That's going to get us into the mid-game and fuel generators, hopefully. Now we're going to go and we're going to set up a quick... It's going to be a mostly temporary motor outpost that'll produce rotors, stators, and motors. It's temporary because in the long run we want to use the alternate recipe for motors that includes crystal oscillators. It's a great recipe if you can make the crystal oscillators. It's just much more efficient. You save a lot of steel and wire, or whichever components you're using to make rotors and stators. You need significantly less if you're using that alternate motor recipe. Let's check our inventory. Okay, I think we've got everything we need. So we'll take this pipe to the motor factory, or the motor outpost, where it's going to be. Right now it's just an empty platform. I haven't put up any walls. I haven't put the pillars to support it because I'm not sure how large the eventual outpost will need to be. Whoa. So just to orient yourselves, this is the steel factory to the east, to the southeast there, and to the north is the iron outpost. And I've got they're basically, I mean, you could think of them as roads. It's 3 foundations wide that lead to the steel outpost, and then another one to the copper outpost in the far northeast there. We're going to need copper, wire, and steel pipes for rotors and stators. So I think just to start, just at this temporary setup, we'll just make 4 of each. Well, actually, let's take a look at the recipes here. We're using the alternate steel rotor recipe. It needs 10 pipes and 30 wire per minute. Produces 5 rotors per minute. The stator recipe, 5 per minute. Okay, that's good. So we'll do 4 of each. and then we'll produce 20 rotors and stators per minute. Because this is temporary, I'm not going to double up. We'll just do a really simple setup here, just like 8 in a row. This is just to get us into tiers 5 and 6, and then once we've unlocked those tiers and the milestones, you know, we can unlock trains and make all of this outpost to outpost item transfer a lot better. So one more. All right. Let's see if this is far enough back. So I guess we should consider if we can actually support this many. It's 30 per minute. And this is 40 per minute. Okay, so 40 times 4, that's 160. 30 times 4, 120. That's 280. That's more than our belts can support. We can only support 240 on the belts. Oh well, we'll leave it. It's fine. Let's test the height. Good. Like I said, this is super temporary. We're mostly using this to produce the parts we need, you know, to send up the space elevator. Yep. And then once we have, you know, unlocked tiers 5 and 6, that will mean unlocking trains and manufacturers. And with manufacturers, we can make crystal oscillators and then the improved motors, or the alternate motors. So just for now, we're going to use those roads, those foundation roads, to transport the steel pipes and the wire to this outpost. And so we'll set up 4 truck stations, 2 here, and then 1 each at, you know, the copper and steel outposts. And I'm going to do something I haven't done before. I'm going to use explorers instead of tractors to transport the goods. They've got a, you know, a higher max speed, only 1 less inventory slot. So I'm curious to see how well they'll work in that role. You could absolutely use Mark 1 belts for this. I'm just using Mark 3s for now because this is temporary. It'll all be deconstructed and optimized once we've unlocked tiers 5 and 6. Alright. So, I said all the recipes, good. Okay, we'll merge toward the middle. Sure, why not? We need a lot of rotors anyway. Okay. Alright, let's get some power here. Okay, now truck stations. Let's see. Put this right here. Let's make sure that's on the foundation. Okay. And then one over here. It's fine. We may need a little more space for this one to turn around. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, we need to set this one to unload. The arrow is exiting the truck. It's unloading. Same over here. Unload. Okay, thought that'd be too far for sure. Now let's go set up our loading truck stations. They patched a few of the performance issues, but it's still not quite as good as it was before. And I don't know if that's an issue of just, an issue that was introduced in one of the patches, or just a consequence of my base growing. I kind of hope that one of the benefits of using this output style would be increased performance. Okay, so I've got the copper wire coming down on these two conveyor lifts here. This is just coming down from one of the storage containers, but if you remember, we have two belts feeding that one storage container, so we can, take two belts from it, even though I don't think we'll need it. We'll just start with one belt for now, see how it goes. Truck station. What's the best way to do this? Right here? Oh no. I need modular frames. Okay, we'll go and fetch some. This hypertube network definitely needs to be optimized a little bit once we move into the storage depot phase. Modular frames. Anything else while we're here? Nah, I think we're good. Between episodes, I decided to go ahead and enclose the copper outpost. If I have to expand it later, I'll take down the walls. It's not the end of the world. But for now, it looks so much better whenever the walls are up. And that glass looks great. Okay. Truck station. We'll put it back here. It's fine. Now this one is a loading truck station, so we don't have to change that. And this is the almost directly across there. It's the loading input. It won't start loading until it's powered, though. Let's get some power over here. We'll just use these. I guess it doesn't need to be double-sided. Alright. Now let's set up this line over here. Let's put up just a few more foundations. Let's get our explorer up. We need to fetch some fuel too. I guess for now, we'll just throw some batteries in this. I'll go and get the batteries I collected on my hard drive run. Okay. Okay, let's see, it's gonna come in on the far side. So let's start recording. V, enable autopilot, start recording. Okay. There's no real, that's weird. On tractors and trucks, it shows you like a little meter about, indicating how much has been loaded. I guess you don't get that on the Explorer. But what you do get is greater speed. And if you had inclines, the Explorer is much better equipped to handle them. I just thought, we're in the desert. Why not use a dune buggy, even if you're on these foundation roads? This turn is going to be a little tight. And performance is choppy right here. Okay. Yeah, man. I wonder if it's the windows. I was talking to someone on Discord, and he said that he thought the windows and glass floors were having a pretty big impact on his performance. Unfortunate, if so, because I love the windows and glass floors. Okay. We can just stop right here. We'll delete this node. It's filling up so slowly because of the belts. We just don't have the belt capacity to fill these super quickly. Okay, now we'll do the same for the steel outpost. Okay. I think we'll put it over here. Now for this, I decided to take the steel pipes to the roof and then belt them over because they were being outputted to the eastern end, the far end, because of these conveyor lifts here. So I just took it up one level to the roof and then belted it down, or lifted it down to this level again. Okay, it's loading. It's powered up. Yeah, those hitches they're troubling. Okay, one more explorer. Will come from this direction. Oh, I don't have any fuel to put in there. Let's run and get our batteries. I'm not sure how batteries compare to other fuel sources. Let's check out. Okay, well, doesn't really give me their megawatt value, whatever. Okay. You could belt this, if you don't want to use truck stations. But I think the buggy idea is fun. Uh, and they really are faster to set up than, running the belts, or at least as fast if you're doing, if they're as fast if you're doing just one belt. If you're doing multiple belts, I think they're faster. I guess we didn't start recording that. That was bad. Enable autopilot, start recording. It was just a dry run. Now we'll actually record it. Oh, there was a little loading meter. That's weird. How did I miss that the first time? Yeah, see, we're not using these batteries very quickly. That's good. We've used one battery so far. And unloading. I guess the meter was only there for a second because the quantities are so small. Okay, and we'll finish recording. Let's delete this closer node. And let's give ourselves a little more room over at this end to turn around. Let's add a few foundations. I guess we need some room here too. Or maybe we can just clean up the nodes a little bit. Is it going to fall off? Whoa, okay. Hold itself back up. Okay. Alright, we've got pipes. So this is the unloading output. This is the output. Let's bring this forward. Because this one should actually go on the bottom because it's closer. We'll take this. That's perfect. Okay. Yeah, man. We really need more power, man. Like it's gonna be turbo fuel in fuel generators. That's the long-term plan. We just got to unlock, you know, tiers 5 and 6, and then find that turbo fuel alternate recipe. Okay, there's the first stator. Oh, that's not good. Should these all be rotors? Alternate steel rotor. Okay, yeah, let's just change this recipe. My bad. The stators are just warming up as these fill. You can go ahead and get one of these started here. Alright, so our little temporary motor outpost is done. I'm not going to bother automating motors yet. I likely will add, I mean, I guess we can go ahead and set up just, you know, like one assembler making motors. But I'm not going to turn it on yet because I want a stockpile to build up of the rotors and stators. And I think the motors will probably be made on a floor above eventually. Production, assembler. Let's just center this bad boy. Okay, there we go. Great. This will be motors. 2 rotors, 2 stators, 10 each per minute. Okay, here's the problem. I wonder if our Explorer is just, it's taking too long, or if it ran out of solid biofuel, and it's just, you know, stalling somewhere. Did it fall off? Where is it? Should have taken the hypertube back. Where is the Explorer? Okay, good. It's just out of energy. That was predicted. It burns through the solid biofuel fairly quickly. Let's just, while we're here, like help ourselves out a little bit. Follow that. Okay, great. And we'll put our batteries in. I would have been concerned if the Explorer was actually still moving and the truck station had run out of wire. But if it just run out because the Explorer was completely out of fuel, then I think it's still possible that this will work. We've used 7 batteries on this Explorer since it started. Obviously, we either need to make more batteries, which we can't do it's in a higher tier, or find another solution. Maybe routing coal to the truck stations, something like that. But for now, we need to think about automating the components for the space elevator. And it just occurred to me, oh, okay, it's probably fine. We'll see. It just occurred to me that I deconstructed the space elevator earlier today between episodes because, I was making room for these foundational roads, and it had contained 300 of the smart plating, one of the components that you need to unlock tiers 5 and 6. The same component you needed to unlock, tiers 3 and 4 was just left over, and the smart plating was not reimbursed my inventory, so I'm hoping that when I rebuild the space elevator, it will already, it'll still contain that smart plating. So this is the platform that I have tentatively constructed for the storage depot. It may need to grow. I thought we could do like storage containers here, all around the perimeter, and then possibly like over here. This one wall is like just a marker. I thought maybe on this side we could have like a train station or multiple train stations where they are like actually unloading all of the components to be stored in the storage containers. Maybe we need like one side for unloading and another train station on the other side for loading. I don't know. Needs more thought. But we need to make a platform for the space elevator. And I thought it'd make the most sense to do that near the storage hub, but now I'm thinking probably not. We're probably gonna need, the space elevator right now at least is such like it's not a full-time thing. It's a really periodic. Like I've gone more than a week between unlocking tiers 3 and 4 and tiers 5 and 6. That's playing a lot. So I think the space elevator, it can just have its own place. Maybe on the original platform, just out of the way of the explorer paths. This hypertube, on like right next to my current hypertube, leads all the way out to the crystal outpost. I've just put the foundations down. I haven't done anything out there yet, but we'll need to set up the crystal outpost before we move to the alternate recipe for motors. I wonder if explorers burn through batteries at a higher rate than tractors because they are moving faster, or if all vehicles consume the batteries at the same rate. Unsure. Okay, let's see what we need for our space elevator again here. Concrete, iron rods, wire. Got some of that over here. Okay. Wire, iron rods. And we'll go and grab some concrete. Yeah, I think we can just put the space elevator right by the hub, at least for now. We can always move it later. It's easy to move. Space elevators are famously very mobile. Alright, we'll just drop this right over here. And we will cross our fingers and hope that the smart plating is still registered as being deposited in the space elevator. Alright, it is 342. That's good news, for sure. Okay, so we need another 158 smart plating, 500 of the versatile frameworks, and 100 of the automated wiring. And this is kind of cheap. I don't feel super happy about it, but I think I'm just going to set up a few assemblers for now in this stage, and just fill them up with the materials they need to get us through the milestone unlocks. And then for the next tier, when we're unlocking tier 7, we'll have a more permanent assembly that draws components from the storage hub that will be constructed by then. So let's just set up 3 assemblers. Well, let's set up more than 3. I can set up 7. Take a look at the rates here. So automated wiring, 2.5 per minute, but we only need 100. And if we're looking at the versatile frameworks, man, this performance is bad. 5 per minute. Smart plating, 2 per minute. Okay. So we need 500 of the versatile frameworks. Let's just keep it easy. Let's just do 2 smart plating 3 versatile frameworks. And 2 automated wiring. Keep it simple. Okay. Three automated wiring. I think we need to back this up a little bit. Wrong way. Well, I'd hope that would work. I'm not totally surprised it does. It does not. Okay, new plan. Let's do them side by side. Oh, I only need 2. What am I thinking? Dumb. So this should work. Yeah, alright. And then 2 for the smart plating. Okay. So we need stators and cable, modular frames, and steel beams. And this is just rotors and reinforced iron plates. Okay. So let's go clear out our inventory. Reinforced iron plates. Don't have any rotors. This was modular frames and steel beams. And stators and cable. Cable. Got 3 stators we'll throw in there. Okay. We need some power too. Just throw my cable in there. Smart. Very smart. set up our mergers too here. Except I threw all my steel beams. Man, I'm crushing it on efficiency right now. Let's throw this junk in there. Put this here. Just trying to make as much inventory space as we can. Take all those. Merger. Okay. That's what I was afraid of. It's fine. You can make it work. It's all temporary. Too far up. Alright. Power. That's wrong. The hitching starting to get bad. Really need to hope for another performance patch next week. Okay, so dump all those steel beams in. Stators, cable, reinforced iron plates. Okay, guess we'll just go in order here. Actually, I think the smart thing to do. There we go. So we need rotors and stators. We'll get those from the motor factory or outpost. Hopefully our explorers are still running. Well, the truck stations are still full. That's a good sign. Yeah. Let's just, out of curiosity, let's see where the battery's at. 65. Okay, that's pretty good. Yeah, batteries are really an efficient way to power those vehicles. Okay. Yeah, don't have a lot. Don't need a ton though, you know. Like we don't need to fill those storage containers completely full to make the items we need. If we just look at the recipe here. Versatile frameworks, you know, you need one modular frame for 2 versatile frameworks. So we only need 250 modular frames for the full 500 that we need. An automated wiring is just one stator for one automated wiring. So we only need, 100 stators. Already got that to make the 100 wiring that we need. Let's get some reinforced iron plates here, just see how many we need. I say like 158, so that's 158 reinforced iron plates. So we'll get 2 stacks. What did I say, 250? And 1 just to have. We'll get an extra stack of those to have. Now we need cable and steel beams. How much cable? $100 times 20? Okay. Which way? This one. So we need 2,000 cable. Yikes. That's 20. We'll take a few extra. And I think it was 12 beams for 2 versatile frameworks. Yeah, 12 for 2. So it's 12 times 250. Is this steel? Yeah. Okay, 3,000. Well, we don't have the room for that, but we'll get what we can. Get all that we can. Okay. So we'll run this back, drop all this junk into those storage containers. And when we come back for the next episode, we'll be ready to unlock tiers 5 and 6. And then the real fun starts. There's no window there. We'll have to set up oil. I think we've got the resources from the hard drive run to quickly bust out a few milestones. Obviously, the most important ones are going to be, the ones that allow oil and trains. Trains are just, essential for this setup. Okay, so this is. Do I have none at all? Okay, so it doesn't matter. So 200 and 200. Versatile frameworks are on top. Okay. So, or modular frames are on top. It's 250. This is... Oh, I already had quite a bit in there. Nice. And doesn't matter. So all of the cable and 100 stators. Easy. Okay, so thanks for watching this last episode in, tiers 3 and 4. I don't know about you, but I'm so ready to be done with, tiers 3 and 4. And let's get to the really fun stuff. So looking forward to that in the next episode. Subscribe if you haven't. Keep smashing that like button. And thanks for watching. I'll see everyone in the next episode.